everyone, Justine here, the Twilight Stamper, and today I'm bringing you another Christmas card for the Christmas card challenges. I created this card using the Fawn stamp Joy to the Woods, and along with the coordinating die cuts. So I took out these stamps and laid them out to stamp them. I'm using Memento Black ink because I will be coloring them with Copic markers, and I just stamped multiple stamps from this stamp set. I wanted to do a variety of trees and a few multiple images of each one because I wasn't exactly sure when I was creating the card exactly what I was going to do with it, and so I always like to cut out more so that I don't have to deal with anything later about having to cut things out again. I was inspired this week by the Fawn design team, and I created this card in inspiration from seeing what they had created using this stamp set. So as you can see, I stamped multiple images of each one. If I was smart, I would have actually Copic colored them before die cutting them. You know, sometimes you just don't think when you're doing things, and that's what happens. So I cut these out. I'm using Neenah 80-pound solar white cardstock, and I had cut out those so I could put them easily through my die cutting machine. And I cut this bottom part here at 4 1/4 inches, and I cut that in half as well. This is going to create my snow for later. I ended up using both pieces in the end because I wanted to create a few different snowbanks and I didn't place them correctly. So as you can see, I have all of my things here. And I'm going to be adding my die cuts. So I'm going to use the hillside borders, stitched hillside borders from Fawn, as well as the coordinating dies for this Joy to the Woods stamp set. I'm going to send those through my die cutting machine, and it is going to take a few cuts because obviously I need to use some of these die cuts more than once. Okay, so I attached those with washi tape and cut them all out as you can see on the side here. I took my card base, which measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and I'm just distressing the background using black soot ink and pumice stone ink. Now I'm coming in from the top to make the top darker, and then I'm going in with the gray from the sides so that it blends in. You don't have to do all the way to the bottom of the card because the bottom of the card is going to be covered by the snowbanks in the end, so you just need to do about 3/4 of the way down. So I decided to Copic color these, and I'm going to put on some music and so that you can watch me color and you're not sitting here for ages. So enjoy. At this point I wanted to start rearranging my card, and I wanted to create the trees on several different layers. So I wanted to put some directly on the background, some in the snowbanks, some on top of the frame, etc. And I wasn't exactly sure how many of these images I was actually going to use in the end. I put the snowbanks onto this layer of the card. In the end, when I was looking at the card, I ended up adding some snowbanks to the front of the frame. So this step isn't necessary, you could say, but in the end you could see that last snowbank sort of in the background. So if you wanted to create a card that looked exactly like this, you can follow these steps as well. I added another layer here, and as you can see, the tree kind of sticks out from the snowbank, and ended up fixing that afterwards. I added the squirrel, and it was just kind of difficult to get the placement exactly right on this card. I've created a few different cards with this stamp set, and I didn't want them to all look the same, and so yeah, I was just trying to go for something different and place them in a variety of different ways throughout the card. Okay, so I had attached some more of those here, and I'm just going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better. And as you can see, I just keep rearranging because I'm not exactly sure where to put them. I wanted to add a frame to the card, but I decided that the card looked kind of funny with this gray, and so I wanted to make it look sort of more similar to the background. So going back in with my black soot ink from Tim Holtz, I went in with my blending tool and just created sort of a shadow on the outside, and then went into the inside and created that as well. Gave it sort of a bit of a distressed night look, and it ended up blending a lot better with the card I found than previously. And it really matched that pumice stone quite well that we used in the distressing on the actual background. So I attached my frame using 3D tape, and I used the Big Mama roll from Simon Says Stamp to put that down. It's exactly 1/2 inch, so it worked out really well for this card. And I stuck that onto my card so I could create some more tree layers. Alright, sorry for being slightly off camera here, but as you can see, I fixed that tree and stuck it back into the snowbank, and I wanted to create some that sat on top of this frame. Now this is the point where I thought the snowbanks looked kind of funny and I needed to make a change. So I ended up going back in and die cutting 2 more of these snowbanks and adding them to my card and then trimming the excess piece there off of the card. So you can see that it looks a lot better at this point. And I really liked that look, much better than having the snowflakes inside the frame. And so I added the next part, the bird, to the card. And then I just rearranged and played with maybe adding some more trees to the card. And in the end, I'm pretty sure I decided not to do that. I wanted to add a sentiment to the card, and I wanted to stick with the same stamp set, so I used the Joyful Wishes from the Lawn Fawn Joy to the Wood stamp set, inked that up in Memento ink, and stamped that on. And as you can see, that's the finished result of the card. Thanks so much everyone for watching my video. Here you're welcome to subscribe to my channel. I also have 2 suggested videos using either those hillside dies or that Lawn Fawn stamp set that you can click on and keep watching. I'll also link to the description. I am hosting a Christmas card class, so if you like my Christmas card videos, I have a 40 video class that you can sign up for on my blog. Thanks so much for watching everyone.